Optical drive install. Here we have our prepared chassis with power supply and system board. We're going to mount this SATA optical drive, a DVD plus minus RRW, into the chassis frame. Slide the optical drive into the top opening in the chassis drive bay. Align the rear optical drive screw hole locations with those on the chassis drive bay frame. Locate the bag of screws that came with the chassis or optical drive. We will need 4 fine thread round head screws. Put the screws in the rear holes first. Then put the screws in the front holes second. You may notice that the optical drive overhangs in the front of the chassis. When we put the chassis face panel on, it will look flush with the system. There are 2 power branches from our power supply. One branch has 2 SATA power connectors, and the other has 3 Molex connectors with a floppy power connector. The branch that has the SATA will go to the hard disk drive. We will need a Molex to SATA power adapter for the optical. Notice the Molex connectors have 2 quarter-round corners and a ridge on the opposite side. Align the Molex ends together. Wires should be yellow to yellow and red to red. Join the adapter to the Molex power connector by pushing and wiggling until a full connection is established. Plug the SATA end of the power adapter into the male SATA power connector on the rear of the optical drive. Locate the SATA data cable that came with your system board or optical drive. There are 4 SATA ports on the system board with numbers silkscreened on the board. We are using SATA port 4 for our connection. Plug one end of the SATA data cable into the rear SATA connector on the optical drive. Plug the other end into SATA port 4 on the system board. Remember, the SATA ends are keyed. Once we are finished, we will install the hard disk drive into our chassis.